Hello, Dota fans! Welcome to the Bucharest Minor CIS Playoffs. My name is Nomad. I have now pulled a Mr. MoFarah out of my magical hat. How you doing, dude?
Yeah, I'm good. That hat was dark. I was scared, but I'm out. I'm here now. I'm ready to cast.
Freedom. I mean, you'll go back in afterwards, don't worry.
Oh god, no,
Lock
please.
you back up.
Make it stop.
Team Empire Hope versus Nemiga Gaming. Team Empire turn around game number 1 and lead themselves to victory after stealing a rapier off of a conker. Feels pretty good to end the game in such a fashion. And now leading into game number 2, this series is going to be heating up, and we have some interesting bans coming out so far.
Are they the same as last game? Because I didn't get to see the draft last game.
I don't remember. I don't really look at the draft. I kind of just cruise through.
You just make it up as you go along, don't you? No, I mean that's fair enough. I have to hold your hand through this bit, don't I?
Yeah, this is. I mean, I'll just go off the rails and talk about it. I mean, bans are so boring to talk about. It's like, well, on the first series, sorry. The second series, it's kind of more exciting. You might get like a respect ban or something, but yeah, these are pretty dull. Like, I don't know. Are people still banning Lone Druid? Is that a thing?
Yes, the hero's still very good. A lot of people are just first phasing it. You can play it as a position 1 or 2. You know, it gives you that win condition as well. You know, relatively early on in your draft, which you don't really mind picking because it's such a strong hero.
Yeah.
10 seconds.
Magnus, of course, getting rid of. I mean, again, I'm okay. I've been watching a lot of games. Magnus is not general first ban material. Sometimes you ban him because you don't want to be coming against PA Mag, but other than that, it's kind of.
I think Mag's one of the strongest heroes around at the moment, especially with how much better the jungle is now than it used to be. Like, Empower's such a valuable skill, especially when there's a lot of these agility melee heroes that are running around, like Slark, Juggernaut, PA. It just makes Magnus as a hero so much stronger.
Oh, and here's a hero I'm already bored of seeing. Somehow new Brewmaster's more boring than old Brewmaster, which I didn't think was possible, but I don't know. I guess the crits are kind of fun, but I don't really enjoy watching the hero that much. Just to be perfectly honest.
At least it's support Brewmaster now rather than core all the time.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I think I saw Seb play it as a position 3 for OG yesterday as well. You can roll, do it in some different positions.
Well, it's important whenever if a good team is drafting, they will always make sure they're getting these flex picks out.
Weird flex.
But okay. Rubik now coming out from Team Empire Hope. That's going to be, it's not a fantastic hero versus the Brewmaster, to be honest. It's pretty tricky to steal the split, and usually by the time you do, the fight is over.
It's okay though, because the Brewmaster, like, you really want to be able to stop him getting a split off. That's the most important thing. Like we saw the Chrono last game. Lift is pretty good as well, especially when he blinks in. And if he gets really greedy and tries to clap first before he pops split, you can lift him up in time with your quick reactions if you're the Rubik player. And it's another one of those flex picks. The Lich as well, not surprised. Put in a lot of work.
First phase Terrorblade. Wow. Nemiga pulling out the big stops. Okay, all right. Clearly showing us what kind of game they want to be playing. Already basically throwing out their win condition and saying, all right, here's our Terrorblade. You're going to have to deal with this guy. What's the plan?
I don't mind this, though, when teams do this, because if you pick it in 4th pick overall, like your own 2nd pick, you can just ban out 2 heroes now that are good against the Terrorblade. So you're banning out win conditions of your own, basically. Like, PAs and Druid have already been banned. They're going to probably ban PL, and then Morph here is the most likely one, I would say. And then it kind of just shuts down the amount of carries that can get picked going into the 2nd phase of this draft. It gets a little bit difficult then for Empire. Morph. Prove me right. Go.
Morph.
It's going to be something completely different, but it might be like a Zeus or a Tinker as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's a fair few things which deal well with the Terrorblade, but nothing which like completally shuts him down. So he's always a good hero to have. And yeah, I think he's a perfectly reasonable first pick. And they ban out the anti-mage again.
Okay. I mean, again, another win condition. AM Terrorblade's a bit of a weird one. TB normally does okay, but in the really late stages of the game, the AM can just get on top of you. That mana burn's super annoying to deal with. Especially now that Sunder costs mana to use.
Gasp.
Horrendous.
Hero dumpstered.
10 seconds remaining.
I feel like Terrorblade's in a mostly balanced place. Definitely more balanced than PA anyways. Hero sucks.
Yeah, definitely. It still has its weak points in the game, like the first 20 minutes or so. It's not necessarily the strongest hero, and it is susceptible to burst damage as well. How's Dazzle made it all the way through to that ban? That's what I want to know.
yeah, Dazzle not being picked up in the first phase. Are you sure this is 7.20?
Yeah, don't know if I told you, by the way, I was looking through the major qualifier drafts, and I was on Dota Buff looking at which heroes are the most popular, and Rubik was the most popular hero across all the regions by an absolute mile.
Golly.
I think it got picked up like 95 times or something, and the next one was like 68.
That's a lot of Rubik.
Very flexible, very strong hero. Obviously, it has been nerfed since with the telekinesis cooldowns.
Yep.
It also had a 42% win rate across 90-something games.
Wow.
And this was the second most picked.
Oh, Sand King coming out again. Yeah, we haven't been seeing so much of him. Well, actually, that's a lie. There's been a lot of Sand King floating around. This guy, he's a pretty good laning hero. He's a pretty good initiation hero. He does a lot for your team. He's just one of these valuable pickups, which fits into any draft, really.
Yeah, good Crimson builder as well. Up against the Terrorblades is always nice.
10 seconds remaining.
I like this. It gives them some way of starting fights as well and just trying to jump the Terrorblade. Makes the Terrorblade's laning stage a bit harder as well with the Sandstorm. So put on the early aggression. Try and hunt this TB down with the Ninja Scorpion, as I like to call him.
Ninja Scorpion. Is he really a scorpion, though? I mean, he's got no sting on his tail.
Yeah. It's a tough one, isn't it?
Have you ever seen I mean, scorpions aren't really big enough to cause an earthquake, but have you ever seen a scorpion come on, scuttle out onto the sand and start whacking their tail on the floor?
But that's because he's a Ninja Scorpion, so he has to hide it.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't really follow your logic, I'll be real.
My logic is very difficult to follow.
That's true. Third pick for Nemiga. What's it going to be?
You would imagine it's going to be their other support here, most likely. Ooh, okay. Good Phoenix. This hero, I'm a big fan of this hero, but it feels a lot harder to play now against all the Agi carries. They build with these Wraith Bands and they get the value attack speed, especially against these early levels of Egg. It's not very fun. But...
And there is a Morphling coming out as predicted. Team Empire will pick it up. Good versus the Terrorblade and against the Phoenix as well.
Yeah, you just get that BKB on the Morph and you destroy that Egg so quickly. It's if they run this Brewmaster Phoenix as their support duo, it's so greedy as well on Nemiga, so they have to be a little bit careful here that they don't go too greedy. They still need to be able to pressure this Morphling early on. Morph versus TB. So many games of this I've seen now.
Yeah, it's very common to see this. And there's a Shadow Demon coming out from Nemiga. Okay, this is interesting. So more Terrorblade illusions to work with. Some more instant interrupt as well. Can be good versus the Sand King. Can be good versus the Morphling.
I mean, Shadow Demon Terrorblade. That's the combo.
Yeah, that's what you're looking for.
It's okay. It's not amazing.
There's got to be a stupid amount of Terrorblades in this game, by the way.
Correct.
No, I'm not looking forward to casting this. I'm going to be real.
The other thing is, though, that is it going to be a Shadow Demon offlane? I mean, we've seen Ghostic playing that in the CIS region for is it the other Team Empire that he plays for? I can't even remember now, but he likes playing that Shadow Demon offlane, and they might put the Brewmaster as the 4 then, and the Phoenix as the 5. But again, they lack lockdown, like hard stuns against this Morphling at the moment.
Yeah, that's true. They really, really do. In fact, do they have a stun? They've got the Brewmaster Rock when he splits.
An egg?
An egg. That's some good catch right there.
But the thing is, they need stun and they need burst damage to be able to kill this Morphling in one pick. So guess what was banned out?
Yeah, there goes the Lena. 10th, sorry, not 10th ban. 5th ban Lena. Give me
6th ban.
6th ban. Oh my god, those changed. Those changed so much in the years.
Back in my day, when we only had 5 bans.
Yeah. The good old days.
Ooh. Okay, so Nemiga, what do you? I mean, we've seen heroes when teams lack stuns and they need to pick a mid hero last. DK is the hero that tends to come to mind the most.
Yeah, DK.
But, yeah, I don't know about DK this game.
Not many more. Meepo banned out. Sneaky Meepo ban from Nemiga, just in case. Don't want to let that go through.
Yeah, it would have been a great Meepo game, actually. It would have been very good.
The puck. Okay, that's another one. Gives you the silence, which can be very good versus the Morphling. And of course, the Dream Coil Gives you some nice control. And of course, you can no longer burrow strike or waveform out of that Dream Coil, which is going to be very, very useful for helping them kill this Morphling.
I really don't like puck mid, though. I'll be honest.
I do.
They're going to run around us 4, basically, like minus the TB, and they're going to try and just take fights all over the map early on. But if this puck doesn't have a good early start to the game, then he's going to fall off super quickly. And then it's basically going to become the TB on his own trying to carry this game. But he's playing against a Morphling, so that's not a great matchup. Yeah, I'm not sure about this puck pick.
And is there not a huge potential for a TA pickup from Team Empire Hope right now? A bit of space creating and just kind of ruins that puck in the mid lane.
Yeah, definitely. There's a few different things they can pick there. They just need, like, I think DP's an okay pick as well. I know it sounds a bit weird.
That does sound weird.
Or DK, they could pick DK themselves as well, would be fine.
Yeah, my money's on the TA or the Kunkka. Let's see.
Yeah, I like both those as well. They just need something that exists on the front line and that it's difficult to deal with.
Yeah. And of course they go with the Arc Warden. All right.
Okay. Jeez, this is a super greedy pick though. Morphling and Arc Warden on the same team.
Yeah, there's not a lot of space to go around, but we do see these Arc Wardens playing very much a more aggressive role, where they kind of just go out and push lanes with their illusion a lot, and that's basically it. That's their game contribution from there. So we'll see if he's going to be. I mean, I imagine that's definitely going to be the case this game. You can't afford to have an Arc Warden and Morphling both trying to farm up really hard. So
Arc Warden does deal really well with the egg though, as well with his clone.
He does. His egg is not going to have a nice time. Also a pretty good hero in lane versus a puck. You don't really need to worry. Puck can phase shift your Spark Wraiths, which is kind of annoying, but the Flux does a lot of damage to the puck as well, and he can't avoid that really. So, yeah, some good lanes coming out from Team Empire Hope. I gotta say, I feel like this one's kind of in the bag for them.
Yeah, I watched OG play AM and Arc Warden on the same team yesterday, and they managed to make it work, so I'm not against the idea of this Morphling Arc Warden, but it just seems super greedy. Like, if you start falling behind, who's going to be making the space for you on this map? Sanking's okay, but...
Yeah, that's true, but I think like when you just feel like your heroes are such good picks and they're so strong, you can just go, okay, we can greed out because we know we're going to be winning the fights. I think that's the logic here, which is obviously brave, but, you got to make these brave calls sometimes.
You do.
You want to be the best? Can't be afraid.
No one ever was.
Exactly. Like nobody ever were. Alrighty, game number 2, Team Empire Hope versus Nemiga Gaming, and it's going to be on the backs of a Morphling Arc Warden versus a Terrorblade and a Puck. It'll be interesting to watch these matchups play up, especially in this middle lane. Puck versus Arc Warden should be pretty fun to watch, because Sunlight's going to need to get a pretty good start to this game in order to have the impact he needs to make the space for Zitrax to fly ahead and basically turn this game in their favor. Lanes, how are we looking? I mean, we've already talked about the Arc Warden versus Puck at mid. We've also got a Phoenix and Terrorblade lane as Zitrax and Fishman get themselves up to the top. Going to be versus probably the Sanking and the Rubik.
This Terrorblade Phoenix lane is possibly one of the greediest side lanes I've ever seen. Up there with like a Rubik position 5 and a Slark. It's they're not going to be able to output a huge amount of harass up here. And they can't really deal with the Sanking very well. They have the Sentry available on the Phoenix, but Sanking has one available to him as well. So watch out for that Sentry wall up in the top lane for that Sandstorm control.
Very hype. Zitrax hiding in the trees, so wants nothing to do with these guys, just wants to be present, and that's about it. No attempt at a steal. Maybe Fishman might level up the Icarus dive and go for something fancy. I'm always up for a Icarus dive steals, despite people always doing it in my pub games and never ever paying off.
It looks like it is going to be the Shadow Demon 3, by the way, and the Brewmaster 4.
Ooh, interesting.
I could be wrong there. I think that's right. Yeah, Astral played the ET last game, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Yep, does look like it. Chose him on the Dazzle last game, which was also played as before. Saeed and Fishman fighting it up. But of course, if he does try to go for the dive, then Saeed can just pick up lift, and it doesn't really matter. Anyway. And it will go to the Rubik. A pretty half-hearted attempt at the steal there from Fishman, as Nemiga will pick up 2, and Empire will pick up 2 as well. So everything even Stevens to start things off.
They've actually rotated the Sanking down to bot lane as well. They really want to put him up against this the Brewmaster Shadow Demon lane. And so they're going to give the Morphling the free lane top up against this really greedy duo that we've talked about already.
Yep.
Where we said they can't really stop a Sand King.
Oh, cut out a little bit there. But what I think he was going to say is that they can definitely stop this top lane. No, that's probably not what he was going to... I don't know what he was going for there. I'm going to be real. But they pop the Metamorphosis immediately, and Lich straight away in with the Frost Blast. It's going to be a tri-lane versus the Terrorblade and the Phoenix. The Frost Blast comes out. Zidtrax taking a ton of damage to start things off. So I'm more than happy to trade up with Zidtrax here as he gets that Tango going. Meanwhile, Morphling just happy to farm up. I mean, the Fire Spirit's doing a bit, but not really enough to stop them all farming. Astral going to TP in though. The Brewmaster looking to get involved, just running straight away onto the Morphling there, getting that crit off. And another one as well onto the Lich. Double crit to start off the lane. That feels pretty nice from the Nemiga here as they zone back Empire, but of course they have the creeps anyway, so it's not really a zoning and more of just moving with the creep wave, moving with the aggro. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, Kodos and the Arc Warden versus Sunlight on the puck, and this is going to be a pretty stale lane, I would imagine. I can't really see either hero getting killed. They're probably going to fall pretty low, but that's probably about it. As Arc Warden, of course, going for the Flux and Spark Wraith combo. Spark Wraith can be kind of nice versus the puck. If he's already used the phase shift, then you can drop one down his head, but of course he's just got so much movement and can dodge it with the phase shift as well, so it's not the scariest thing in the world. Hello.
Hello. I don't know if you just know, but Phoenix dewarded the small camp top as well, so that's going to be really important to have access to that. But so literally actually just runs in and body blocks it. That's so good.
Yeah, now being chased down by Fishmen. Can't really finish the job. They're going to take a lot of time and effort and more Fire Spirits than 4 to finish off Lich, because this guy's weirdly tanky. 20 strength starting out.
It's very tanky hero. I just don't really know what this top lane on Nemiga is supposed to do. Like the Brewmaster's okay at zoning, but like this Lich is just going to be so annoying to deal with. Like he's using these Novas constantly all the time. Phoenix can't really do anything until he gets levels online. Like you want to hit that level 3 for the 2 points in Fire Spirits, before you can really start outputting the harass.
Yeah, it feels like a fantastic lane for the Lich to be in. Tri-lanes definitely seem like new Lich's strong point, and Nemiga. And they've got 2 heroes which don't really fare that well in tri-lanes, to be honest.
My eyes at the moment, though, are looking at this mid lane.
I really look at Sayu. He's going for the TP out, but he's taking a lot of damage in the meantime. The Frost Shield, they're going to help things out, and he will escape. Meanwhile, at mid, Sunlight backs himself out. But yeah, continue your point, please.
I was going to say, I'm really hoping that Sunlight can make this puck work and prove me wrong. I hope it does a huge amount of work and puck comes out of the bin and into the light.
I believe. Might happen. Might happen.
Astral's in trouble top on this Brewmaster. Yeah, I don't know what that was about. Did you see that?
No, I wasn't really watching that one.
He just popped the Drunken Brawler and ran into 3 heroes and died.
Oh, okay. That
I don't know whether he
pay off, but there we go.
I don't know whether he thought the Rubik had TP'd all the way back to base, so wasn't expecting him there, but...
Yeah, maybe it's a miscalculation or trying to predict something. Trying to think ahead of the game didn't quite pay off. Meanwhile, down in the bottom lane we haven't really looked at so much, but it is the Shadow Demon versus Sand King lane. It's kind of weird. At the moment, Shadow Demon's doing slightly better, but I feel like Sand King is probably going to do more with the farm he gets, so he's not that worried. But it does mean that he can't really just throw down the Sandstorm because of the poisons coming through.
Yeah, Shadow Demon's one of these heroes that you really don't want to be in a 1v1. You know, you want some kind of kill potential with your lane. So we see heroes like Brewmaster, Centaur picked up a lot. And they tend to be the, the pairing that we talk about. But at the moment, they're just trading farm down here. He's shadowed poison against Sandstorm.
Yeah,
it goes both ways.
Not a particularly exciting lane, I'm not going to lie. It's just... Poison.
This Terrorblade's
Poison.
doing better than I thought he would, though. He's doing alright. He's had to go back to jungle already. Who would have seen this coming?
Yep.
Terrorblade going to jungle at level 3.
Level 3, jungle, let's go. And yeah, he's going to be more than happy up here.
It's pretty good, because it allows for this Phoenix and the Brewmaster, these 2 greedy supports that we talked about, to get some levels up in the top lane.
Oh, so nicely done there with the lift to throw Astral away from the rune and claim it for himself. And that's going to mean 4 runes going... Oh no, Nemiga managed just to get one with the Shadow Demon. Disruption coming in useful there.
You waited for the Sand King to leave the Sandstorm. Just disrupted him, ran and took his own bounty rune. Cheeky. TB's actually, I like this. TB's coming down to the bot jungle now as well. This is really important. When you're playing TB and you're going to the jungle, try and use the most efficient area that you can, which is definitely these 3 dire camps.
Yeah, it also keeps them away, because when you're running this tri-lane, you know that once there's no Terrorblade in here, they're going to be constantly invading that jungle, so just move away from them. Play it safe, and nice time as so Speed bolts the creeps, gets himself some CS, and things are pretty quiet around this map, not going to lie, 1-0. I think this definitely favours Team Empire, though, on their draft.
I think both teams are happy for this, though. Like, with these greedy dire supports, they need to get levels online. You know, the Empire side are running...
lift up, Fishman getting low. Oh, no, he managed to get the Fairy Fire off. And Lich is unable to connect with that Frost Blast, actually. I think he thought that the Adaptive Strike was going to do the work, but it did not.
Yeah, I was going to say, the Radiant side have this Arc Horde and Morph, so, you know, they don't really want to fight yet, either.
So aggressive from Team Empire, though, as they go into tower here. Astral, he's probably not going to survive this one. The Drunken Brawler doing some work, but not enough to keep him alive. Will die to Sayu.
Nice for Empire. They know they have the numbers advantage up here now. 3 versus 1, so... nothing to be scared of.
Full advantage of that. The Morphling plays around with the Tribute Shift just to get the full value out of that salvo, actually. Did he go for Lagi? Yeah, he did go for Lagi.
He didn't before, but he had to change to strength because he was walking under the tower before. He's a nutter. Mid, this Brewmaster's coming in now that the puck has level 6.
Oh, Astral going to try for something here. They're even going to throw down the coil onto Kodos here. Can they finish him up? The double damage on Sunlight doing a lot to tear through his defenses. Kodos will die. Sunlight takes the first kill in the middle lane with the help of his Brewmaster as he walks through this minefield of Spark Wraiths.
It's always nice to have a double damage rune available to you in the mid lane.
Yes,
especially when you get to level
good,
6.
Isn't it?
It's I can't wait for it to get just destroyed. Can we have like a 1.5 damage rune, please, instead of a double damage rune?
And the problem then is it would be terrible on supports. Maybe it just did a fixed amount of damage. Like an extra 100 damage rune. Well, that'd be still even stronger.
Yeah, like the 2-minute rune that gives you an extra 100 damage. That doesn't sound very fair.
Alright. They're actually getting the turnaround here with the lift, but it's not enough to keep the puck still as he still gets a jaunt away. Sayu trying to chase him down. He doesn't have any spells though, and Sunlight will escape.
Yeah, and he doesn't have a courier available to him at the moment, and top shrine's up, bottom shrine isn't, so he's going to hope he gets a regen rune. Oh, it's illusion. Good enough. Good enough.
It'll do. A poor man's regen rune, some would say.
Puck probably one of the more rune-dependent heroes in the mid lane. If you don't get any of those active runes, you have a very sad...
Yes, for sure. Meanwhile, the farm-a-thon continues down in the bottom lane. Sand King is coming out on top now that he's getting those levels in the Sandstorm. 4 points. Very tricky for the Chosen One to farm up against that with the Shadow Poison. But it looks like he's rotating through to the mid lane here with the help of Astral. Oh, Kodos, I mean, they have another coil. Kodos knows this is coming though. He's backed himself away. Meanwhile, the tower is just going to fall. That's an 8-minute 40 tower for Sunlight. Puck
yeah, this
doing
is really
damn
big.
well so far.
This is huge. Just because you open up this jungle now, where the Arc One is going to want to be farming, it's going to be much easier to gank in than before. Try and shove this mid lane in all the time.
Kind of curious how Terrorblade's just there farming Ancients while all this is going on as well. Just like, oh, I'm just farming enemy Ancients. He's playing his own game.
He's having a good time. Ooh.
Meanwhile, it feels a little bit tense at the top, yeah. Oh, he's actually come into contact with Sayu here, which is going to ruin the gank. Maybe they go anyway, though. Lich taking some damage as Nemiga go in on this guy. Lich and the Shadow Poisons, that's going to be enough to finish him off. Meanwhile, they're going to use the coil onto the Morphling, but Sunlight, there's still a little bit of time before his friends get here, and with the damage out from Kodos and Sayu, they bring him down pretty sharpish. Meanwhile, the Banishment is out onto the Morphling. He will have to waveform away from his own teammates as the Demonic Purge times out. And Morphling lives through it all. Not even bothered.
He's fine with that, though. He has a shrine as well, so he doesn't really care. With the Morbid Mask, can just go back to the jungle.
Doesn't even need the shrine, he just go for Lagi, Morbid Mask himself up. Easy peasy.
What's this Sankey? So Sankey's going double Bracer, which is pretty standard. But I'm just wondering whether he's going to go for this Blink first, or whether he builds into something else. So I feel like if you have these 2 greedy cores, you probably just want to go Blink and try and make things happen around the map. But depends how they want to play the game.
Meanwhile, I mean, the Sankey's just been given the entire bottom side of the map to himself anyway, so yeah, he is farming up pretty damn quick. And talking of quick, he's just picked himself up a haste screen. This Brewmaster could be no, he's not interested. He's just here to farm. He's not here to kill people.
He stole it away from the puck as well, which is always nice. If that puck gggets a haste rune, we've seen S4 do it many times before.
Yes, he is going to.
It's very scary.
It's guaranteed.
Dire's bottom tower is
It
under
is
attack.
a fairly slow tempo game, though, it has to be said, especially for this Arc Warden. He's going Necro 1, so he will start to farm again. Probably go for this Midas Maelstrom after if he really wants to go greedy, but could also go for some kind of fighting build.
Still a long way away from that Necro book, though. Meanwhile, down at bottom, Thanking just chilling in the sandstorm, just outside the tower range. Just super annoying guy.
No, the Fire Spirit, though.
Still connected. Nearly a sick dodge there from the Sand King.
It's so... That radius is so big as well. It's so annoying.
It's mad, isn't it? You just need to hit them once and then he gets a full wave of creeps.
Yeah, he is going Blink. I like this. This is really nice. He's already super tanky.
He's immediately TPing to the mid lane to make something happen with this, but Sunlight is smoked up with Astral here. If they try to go in on this mid lane, it could be disastrous, as his blink timing would be perfect for this. It looks like they're going to try it. Meanwhile, Chosen One dies on the top lane, but we'll look towards Kodos here as they do start the initiation and the Astral Spirit, and now the Burst Strike onto 2 is perfect. Epicenter, no, gets silenced. Puck, he pulls it off just in time, but he's got to get himself away. Still going to die all the same. The split is used. Can he finish off Kodos? At least going to get what it came for, but no, Lich is here with the Frost Shield, going to keep Kodos alive. The final Bruling not looking too healthy. He's going to run back in, see if he can get the damage off. He's going to turn back in with the clap. No, the Burst Strike. Nice reactions from YS Moon to keep his mid laner alive and win the day in the middle lane.
Rubik steals the Drunken Brawler as well, dude. So really well played by the Brewmaster there to use that quickly after the split ended, just so Rubik didn't get that.
True, yeah, that's a good point. Meanwhile, Terrorblade's still trying to farm up as quickly as he can, doing pretty well in the net worth chart, but this Morphling getting carried away. He's got himself a Yasha and he's got himself a Morbid Mask. Compare that to the Terrorblade's Yasha and no Morbid Mask. It really shows the difference in these two's net worth right now.
Yeah, this is Morphling speed farming. Very much, you know, I get my Morbid Mask, I just run through the jungle, sitting on full agi.
Oh, blink forwards, Burst Strike as well, out onto the Phoenix. They need a little bit more damage, but with the lift, they will get it. And now Sai, he's only got the Fire Spirits. That means he's going to go down to the Demonic Purge. Nice try.
Lots of damage, though, in the meantime. Like, the Chosen One's going to take a huge amount there.
Yeah,
600 or so before the Rubik dies.
Still scouting just to see if the Sand King's hanging around.
It's very difficult to match the tempo of the Sand King at the moment. Like, Puck's tried, but that death with the Brewmaster split was so costly for the Puck. This is what I was talking about before. If you don't have a really good start, it feels like a Queen of Pain in that same sense where, you know, 1 or 2 deaths and suddenly your game timing's just completely off. You really want to be ahead the whole game if you can on these kind of snowball heroes.
Sunlight just throwing some spells across the bow, trying to stop the Morphling farming up, but to no avail. Not Arc Warden with the... Oh, Chain Frost thrown up to the top lane with the Sinister Gaze, as well as keeping the Puck still and doing a ton of damage to him. And look at how much that's doing. But yes, as you say, the egg comes out, the Morphling trying to get away, but you still can't jaunt from the leash, and Dream is taken down. Very big.
And Morphling tried to turn into the Puck. I don't know whether they fixed this, by the way, but there's a bug with the hotkeys when Morph turns into Puck. Between, I think, Phase Shift and Waning Rift, the 2 hotkeys are mixed up. They might have fixed it by now, but... Interesting. Puck?
Yeah, meanwhile, the Sand King's just going to go for the solo kill here. And, well, I say solo kill. Rubik comes in to secure the day. Meanwhile, they lift up the Brewmaster. I mean, he's got split if he wants to use it, but he might just... No, they're actually turning around. MIS Moon gets away with the TP there. Demonic Purge? Is it enough? No. Doesn't do a thing, actually.
He gets all his health back as well after the soul capture.
Yep.
Double Brace are really coming in handy there with their magic resistance.
Yeah, huge. You put your Christmas decorations up yet?
Absolutely not.
What?
No, I know, I should have.
4th of December.
It hit December. My mum was like, "Why is everybody putting their Christmas decorations up now?" I was like, "It's the 1st of December. That's what people do."
that's fairly commonplace these days.
Yeah.
A friend of mine had his house decorated from the 10th of November.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
He's a Kino.
Someone is
Oh,
very
Brewmaster
keen for
behind.
Christmas.
Can they get him?
Taking a bit
There's
of
no
damage,
split.
Instigates, dragging him back, and Dream comes in to snipe off the kill with that adaptive strike. He'll take that gold, thank you very much. Nearly at the Manta. Probably going for a Manta, he will be at some stage. Well, this is going to get chaotic. We're going to have Terrorblades from both Morphling and Terrorblade, from their Refraction, from the Mantas, and then there's also a Shadow Demon in the game as well. It's going to get wild.
Please no. Yeah, he is going Maelstrom on the Arc Warden as well. So they are just going to go super greedy on these two heroes. I think they understand that Dire can't really win this game until Terrorblade comes online with a decent amount of farm. So if they can just match his farming speed with 2 different cores, then, you know, 2 versus 1. 2 is bigger than 1, Nomad, if you didn't know. So
I did not. Thank you for that valuable insight. There's a reason we keep you around. Yeah, I feel like the pressure is really on Sunlight, basically, to start making some plays with his team and start turning this game in their favor before the tides of war get too stacked against them.
there, he's a puck. Have you? There's a Reddit post been recently gone as well.
Yep, saw it.
Puck in the bin.
Puck in the bin, absolutely.
I completely agree.
Finds out to Morphling. Morphling does not care in the slightest. I'm kind of disappointed he's even going for the Yules. I feel like this is definitely a Dagon rush game.
Yeah, I would have thought so as well.
Meanwhile,
it's a
Chosen One
one.
going to come across 2 heroes in the jungle here, lifted up by Sayu, brought back, Chain Frost being used as well. Those illusions serve against him as he is taken care of, and now they find the Phoenix as well. Does get the egg out just about in time though. They get the return kill onto the Lich, and now MYS Moon held still, even if he does have... Oh, he's going to break the leash, and now the Sun comes through as well. MYS Moon stunned up and killed. And Zitrax was there just to absorb all of the XP. Did actually get the kill onto the Sand King as well, so he's going to be very happy with that one as he continues to farm up on this Terrorblade, getting closer and closer, and now takes the top net worth spot.
I got really excited there because the Burrow Strike cancelled the Phoenix dive, and then I realised it just didn't matter.
Yeah,
So,
he's just like, okay, I'll just egg here then. Fine.
The cavalry just arrived, so... That was the level 1 egg as well, so not even at that level 2 egg point yet, which is a pretty big deal just for those extra hits. And level 1 to 2 feels such a big jump when you get it.
Yeah, it definitely does. And now Empire will head towards this middle lane with the Arc Warden, with the Necro books, double Necros. Gonna start getting their push on a bit, making some more space. Creating space for the team to move around the map is really, really nice, especially when you've got these 2 greedy cores. And this is a bad TP from the Phoenix, I would say. Just
Okay, oh, and he gave Rubik, they gave Rubik dive as well, so he has like a really good initiation for his lift now too.
Yep.
I want to see it. I want to see a drive-by dive into Fade Bolt or something.
Yeah, to finish the kill.
Got the Yules off onto him.
Yep, and he's actually going to be able to phase shift the Burrow Strike as well. This is feeling a little bit awkward, and then blinks out Bert, the Morphling here. Can he clean up? He can't quite do it though. Silenced up inside the Brew form as well, so couldn't find any kills there. But the tower will go down all the same as Kodos is just doing his thing, pushing this tower, using these Necro units to tear down the towers. And despite giving the gold of the Necro creeps to the Puck, they will be happy with getting a tier 2 here. Yeah, they throw down the coil onto Dream, but there's nobody here to follow up just yet. Now the Shadow Demon comes in. They're going to drop the ulti, Demonic Purge, use onto the Morphling, but he's just made his way down to the low ground. Terrorblade doing his best. Meanwhile, they've got the Chosen One held still with the Sinister Gate here. Shadow Demon might be in a world of trouble. There comes a Burrow Strike, and now the egg. Is it enough? Is it going to stay alive? It's not. Down it goes. But Zidrak is in with Sunlight and Astral as well, so they're able to take down the Arc Warden. The Illusion going to escape, but who cares about that? Meanwhile, the split on the backlines. Going to hold down MYS Moon, or, well, not really hold him down. Meanwhile, Rubik thrown up into the sky, but it does actually look like a disengage from the Nemiga. There's a Puck actually having to escape from the Morphling here. Still unable to find a kill, but it is going to be Sayo going down as Zidtrax and Astral gang up on him and find the kill onto that Rubik. So, bit of a weird fight. I don't really.
Yeah, that was weird because I don't know. The egg came in and it kind of felt a little bit like they weren't really on the same wavelength for most of that. But again, like when the Necro books went out on the Arc Warden, that's so much of his damage gone. And they managed to catch the Morphling. Got him down low HP, took him out the fight, so they kind of got rid of the squishies afterwards, which is fine, but if Morphling survives, I'm sure the Radiant are going to be happy with that. And this Terrorblade's going for a BKB next. It was looking like it was going to be really far away before that fight, but Zitrax turned up in the backline's got some kills and assist gold. So he's almost there again now after picking up that SNY, being a little bit more greedy. I mean, the thing we usually see is people go Yasha into the BKB and then go back and finish the SNY, but Zitrax has been a little bit more greedy here and got away with it, which is good for him.
Well, Puck has nearly finished his Yules. Well, he has finished his Yules once he picks it up. A little bit slow on the item progression from him. Below the eye coordinate net worth, despite having an excellent start to the game, but that is the life and times of the Puck. Not really that hard farming here. Actually went for the 17% spell amplification, so I'm fully expecting a Dagon next, and I feel like you kind of need it.
Oh yeah, you definitely take the spell amp on Puck now. Like 90 damage is nice, but the 15% spell amp allows you to clear creep waves instantly with the illusory or waning rift as well.
I don't know. Have you seen Cancel's build on Puck?
Oh god, what does he do?
He goes Midas, Blink, Yules, I think, and then Mjolnir crits.
Oh, for the Dreamcore Rapid Fire?
Yes.
I'm sure you don't do that every game. I think sometimes it's okay.
No, every game.
Every game. Okay, fair enough. Oh, with the Mjolnir, with the Veil as well for the extra damage. That's so smart.
Huge. So, Empire still hanging around here in the top jungle. Maybe push in.
Yeah, I feel like the Roche is going to be the next big team fight for both these.
There we go, smoke revealed. MIS Moon, though, doesn't want to go for the initiation here. Feeling scared. And they're just going to let Dream do his thing and take some creeps and push up this top wave. Meanwhile, down at bottom, Fishman is actually doing a great job at split pushing this. But in comes MIS Moon. I love the blink in and tap. Then Burrow Strike now tends to gaze out as well. They should get this kill. Yep, down he goes.
Fire scripts to the Rubik as well. It's nice to give away. He's actually massive on this Rubik as well. He's got blink Yules already. That's scary.
Yeah, it is a bit. So yeah, Morphling currently. Well, you've got the Morphling in the Rubik team, by the way. So you've got like twice the enemy's spells.
Oh, that's another meta as well.
Yeah.
You can steal it on the Rubik. Big.
Chain Frost bouncing around, not doing a whole lot. Sunlight trying to chase down this Lich here. Will find him. Can't kill the dead, he says as he dies. Style points there.
He's got an Arcane Rune bottled as well on the Puck. It's very nice for him.
It's a nice.
Moon mid. Okay, that was. They've got the detection, but how do you kill him now? TP's away. This is the lack of stuns that we were talking about in the draft, though. Like. Yeah, really unless they have this Puck Dream Coil, or like the egg's about to end for some reason as they're TPing away, then no, they don't really do anything.
Sure, you need to save the disruption for the TP cancel. No
Maybe that's why he's got the Yules. Who knows?
Yeah, that does seem likely actually. That might answer our questions.
He's going Lincoln as well.
Meanwhile, Morph just picked up this Ethereal Blade, so the Lincolns is required, unfortunately.
I think it's really good against the Sand King and the Rubik as well, though. Like if it stopped these instant initiations with the Burrow Strike and the lift.
Yeah. That in this game for sure. But you know, still, I mean, if there's a possibility of getting a Dagon in a game, then I'm always keen for it.
True.
Need to get them Dagons.
This Shadow Demon is in trouble.
He is a little bit, isn't he? He's been chased down and will get popped off. Bicep. I hope you're ready, by the way. My flight is extremely Christmased out.
Is it really? Oh god.
Oh, yeah, it's violent.
Do I have to wear like a Christmas jumper or something when I come over?
We should do a Christmas stream. That's actually an amazing idea. Let's do that.
No, that wasn't my idea.
I've got 2 Santa hats. Come on.
It's not Christmas yet, though.
I mean, it's close enough. It's probably.
Oh, humbug.
Oh. But I'm feeling on Puck. Puck actually is getting destroyed here, as he thought he'd go for a sneaky kill as Zitrax was coming in the backlines. But now this Morphling is actually a Terrorblade. Your eyes may deceive.
Is he going to turn on the? Oh, I thought he might turn on the Phoenix there. Yeah, he has to egg.
That's an egg. Not going to last very long, though. As oh no, Dream actually can't finish it off. Okay, all right. And he actually gets stunned up. Did get the Strength Morph off, but he's taking too much damage. He's going to go for the TP out. Will he make it in time? No! He dies on the very last tick of the TP. Now, Black Archangel going to make his escape. The Chain Frost doing a bit of work to slow people down, but this Wind Panda going to throw him up into the air, allow him to catch up, and then bring him back to the ground. with a bit of a halt. Oh, thrown it a little bit early there, but they've got the rock to follow it up. MYS Moon waiting. Might get a fairly big... Oh, no, nearly gets himself in trouble, actually, as the dust comes out immediately, but he blinks himself away as Nemiga take a powerful push down the bottom. They kill the Morphling and then get a bunch of heroes with it as well.
Yeah, they're going to try and go Roche with the rest of this meta as well, but there's not much left. I don't really know why the Morph tried to kill the egg there. He could have just run away and been absolutely fine. Like, you just made him commit the egg for absolutely nothing, but then you allow him to get something with that.
Yeah, I mean, he thought he could get the kill. A bit of greed taken over. You know, we know how good Morphling is at taking these eggs, but I think he did have the Fire Spirit on him. I'm not 100%, but I think he did.
Yeah, no, I think he used the Manta to cancel the Fire Spirit, but then the Cinder Brew came out afterwards. So it stopped him being able to hit the egg.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of misses coming out there as well. So, yeah, we're all a little bit messy from Team Empire. They need to kind of clean this one up a little bit.
Again, I think they still have this Arc Warden and Morph against the Terrorblade, so it's not at the end of the world here. They're going to be okay, especially when the BKBs come out on heroes like the Morph. And actually just going to go and roast themselves.
Yeah, they're not actually trying to get the kill onto this Shadow Demon. They're just trying to zone him out.
Morph takes this so quickly as well.
Jeez, there's Roshan. He's not surviving long at all. In comes the Illusory Orb, but no, he doesn't jump to it, which means that Roshan will be taken and Dream will grab himself an Aegis. Ooh, this is scary now for Nemiga.
Phoenix been caught with the lift.
He's a god, as good as the gaze. And Morph will finish it. Oh no, actually the Burrow Strike gets a kill in the end, despite the Ethereal Blade coming out from the Morphling.
Yeah, well played by Empire. Again, there's 2 outer towers left on either side, but with this Phoenix being down, that's a lot of the team fight coming out with the egg. So, oh, they stole the disruption on the Rubik as well. This is really big for their split pushing potential. Shoving in lanes with very low committal.
Yeah, and I mean, there's so much they can throw up onto this high ground right now, especially with the Arc Warden illusion and tower taking so much damage. And yeah, Empire are just hanging around here. They're sieging base from the trees.
It's like Shadow Demon Luna all over again. God.
Yeah, it's a weird world.
When this Morphling gets BKB, if you look at the Dire lineup, how do they kill this Morph? Because they lack stuns already, right? But when this Morphling can get out of the Dream Coil and hit the egg freely, what did the Dire do? You need like a Hex on the puck or something to initiate on him, but
yeah,
even then it's super hard. Like he has Aegis as well, even if he makes a mistake. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Me neither, but Nemiga, they are going to go for the charge here as they're coming up, but Dream, he smells something fishy in the water. And waveforms all the way back to base here. Nemiga struggling to find anything. Illusion dies in the middle lane, but the Spark Ray is going to give away anything. I mean, that's the power of the Arc Warden. As long as you've got these Spark Rays down on the cliffs, then you feel really safe.
Really easy to just remove all the ganking paths.
Yep.
It's so annoying, especially when you're the Radiant. You try and gank this bottom Dire jungle. There's just Spark Wraiths everywhere. Especially last patch, it's horrendous. But Arcane Rune TB, good hero.
Yeah, I feel like Arc Warden's been quite severely buffed by this change to the map because there's so many more ramps, so many more positions for that Spark Ray. So you can come in pretty far forward there, actually. Disruption used onto the illusion, Terrorblade illusions on Morphling illusions, and now we're going to have some more Terrorblade illusions, but some more Terrorblade illusions coming in. Now Refraction as there's 2 disruptions, now they will die.
All the illusions die.
What the fuck is happening? It's a Rubik with disruption versus Shadow Demon, and then the Morphling was Shadow Demon as well, so...
Also, I don't agree with your point necessarily about this Arc Warden. There are more ramps, but there's more access points as well to gank. So it's not as easy for the Arc Warden to defend the same way that he did before.
Very true. I also find it interesting. He's actually he started off with the Necro Book, just left at level 1 to help his farm, and then went for the Mjolnir and the Eagle Song now as well with the Dragon Lance. So trying to transition into that right-click carry rather than just piling on the Necro Books and going into the Mjolnir for that push potential.
Yeah, this is pretty standard at the moment. You kind of use the Necro one as like a bridge item, where you can fight with it, you can farm with it really well. But you don't have to Don't have to build it into a Necro 3. You tend to just see them sell it later on, even when it's just the Necro 1 still, and build a better scaling item further down the line. It is very much TV against the world at the moment on the Dire side, it feels like, though.
It does feel that way. Meanwhile, Phoenix a little bit in trouble. Forced to pop the egg even, as they come into contact with the Lich and with the Rubik, so they will be happy with that one. No egg.
Maybe look to try and see the Radiant take a fight now, especially because they still have the Aegis. It's still up for about 50 seconds, so they have a little bit of time left. They really need this Vessel on the Phoenix to be able to deal with this Morphling, though. He's almost there, about 750 gold away. And he does have 6 charges available to him at the moment, so been stockpiling those up.
Yep. Making those early game investments. Oh, okay.
Never mind.
Gotta get them
And
levels.
some wards by the look of it.
Again,
Start level 18. So after you, we keep doing this.
There you go. I was just going to talk about how slow the game was.
And it's very slow. Is that why you want me to talk? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that level 18 on Phoenix, very nice to have. So I get it, but is he actually taking the turn? Do you just? He must have just used it. They aren't going to use this Aegis on the Morphling though. It's just timed out, so they're very happy to just keep it even slower, which is what everybody likes to see.
Let's wait for next Roshan, which will probably be in like 4 minutes.
Should we just cast in slow motion for the rest of the game?
I think we need to find different things to hype. Phoenix, final Fire Spirit. Is he going to throw it down as Sayu comes close? He's still holding on to that final Fire Spirit. He's going to Sunray up the cliff. He goes for the TP out. Oh my god, he gets away. Despite nobody chasing him. No real threat on the map at all. Oh, there is as well. Yeah, my screen being chased down. Zitrax and Astral get on top of his head and blow up the Sand King. Just trying to push out a little bit too hard. But, I mean, that TP out from the Phoenix though. Whew.
You could have just waited 10 seconds. There would have been actually something to get a little bit hype about. But no. The Phoenix going up the cliff is the best you can do.
I'm sorry. Oh, double damage rune. Who's going to take this? I have a feeling it might be the Morphling Dream coming in.
Whenever I see a DD rune, I just get a little bit of sick come out of my mouth, I think.
Yeah. Little thing where you like sick up and then swallow it again.
Ah.
And you're left with a horrible taste in the back of your throat from like the rest of the day.
Dude, come on. I was having such a nice day before you said that.
Well, they're going for the smoke plate. They're looking for a hero. The Chosen One might be the Chosen One for this gank. But he's doing a pretty good job just running away from them because he's trying to liaison with his team who are...
they got the lift.
Yeah, they find him. They bring him down. So with a blink, this guy's pretty fat. Meanwhile, Zitrax just comes in with the BKB. Metamorphosis as well is jumping straight away, but now the Morphling turns around. He's a Terrorblade as well. Zitrax having to back out of this one as there's so many illusions around. Morphling waveforms forwards, BKB'd up so damn strong as Astral is demolished. This double damage doing so much work. Zitrax, so will quickly take down Black Archangel, and now the Burrow Strike onto the puck. You do not want to be here. Quick Ethereal Blade from Dream will finish him off. Now Zitrax trying to get away, but Spark Wraith is chasing him. There's a Strength Stun, going to slow him down. Then they finish the job. Meanwhile, in comes a Shadow Demon with Fishman as well. They have no egg, but they do have the Sunray doing a bit of work. Zitrax wants to fight this, but doesn't want to die. And now the Yules comes out, blink forwards and Yules from Sayu. Zitrax, his Linken's is popped, having to pop that Manta, getting away.
Stun in one.
He's getting a little bit low, but there's a Burrow Strike. They're even going to throw an Epicenter onto his head. Why not? He's got the Thunder. Can he get it off? He does, but it does nothing as he disarms the Morphling. Actually, didn't use the Thunder. It was just the Heaven's Halberd, but they're kind of similar sounding. As Empire, they take all 4 heroes here. In fact, I think they took all 5, and Astral just respawned. He certainly did. All 5 heroes. It's a full team wipe for Empire, and they'll be happy with that one. And double damage runes, kids. Not even once.
Yeah, the Shadow Demon even brought back and died again as well, so he's going to be dead for absolutely ages now. This is it's not looking good for the Dire side.
No, it is not. Empire looking to make this a 2-0 right now as they're up on this high ground, attacking this tower.
I don't know if you noticed, but Rubik stole Reflection as well, so there were even more illusions in the last fight. It was very fun.
It's a wee bit chaotic, I would say.
Wolf pops the BKB just to get the racks.
Yep, TP out in that BKB, no cancel for that. Meanwhile, the coil actually used, holds still the Rubik and the Arc Ward, but Arc should just turn around to Astral here. He's actually going to find that kill. Nipol's as well. Fishman's in trouble as well. He's going to die to this. Yes, he is. The right click comes through, and now the puck, he's down as well. What the hell, Empire? They just clean up everybody in the top lane, and that's another full 5-man team wipe. So, yeah.
I mean, Morphley was like, guys, I'm going to pop BKB and get out of here, and they're like, oh god, no, don't leave the Arc Warden alone. He's like, no, don't worry, guys, it's fine. Just pops code and just kills all 3 of them. It's absolutely fine.
Sweet. All right, well, let's have a couple of OS frogs and get back to it. As Sayu trying to do a bit of split pushing. Zitrak's going to jump straight in, but he's got the phase shift to keep Sayu alive. Zitrak's, he's a pretty tricky one to kill, and Sayu's actually feeling it right now. He's like, yeah, I can take on that Terrorblade. No issues.
Phase shift, one of the most fun things to get on Rubik.
Yes. And I think I prefer the orb though. It's basically like a cheap phase shift.
No, I do. I like Spike Carapace. Spike Carapace is the best one. Because nobody expects it. They're like, oh, it's a free Rubik kill. He's just running into the middle of the fight, so they all throw their spells on you. Yeah. They're like, oh, why are we all stunned?
I really like Meld Strike though. You just go somewhere and sit in base. The damage is kind of insane because it's obviously a base. It's a fixed damage. It's not like a percentage-based damage on Meld Strike. So kind of funny for a Rubik to just come up and crit you for like 250. Like, oh, okay. Lich is Demonic Purge up, but he used that. Yeah, come here, sir. We have to have a meeting now. The Burrow Strike comes through. Well. Yep, holding the Terrorblade still, but the Terrorblade now popping that BKB and the Metamorphosis coming forward. So now Sand King with the Epicenter will bring down the Chosen One and now has to get himself away. But it doesn't look like Terrorblade can chase here. And that's his BKB charge is gone. Meanwhile, Sunlight actually finds a Lich. Yeah, mid lane there's a lot going on. There's 2 fights break out. The bottom one seems to be diffused. We'll focus on top. Arc Warden's actually getting pretty low here. He's going to fall. And again, the Morphling just TP's out. Bye, guys. See you later. But they got the racks, so they got the melee racks. That's what they came here for. Team Empire, they take this win, I would say.
Yeah, that was Terrorblade just popped BKB meta in the bot lane. He was like, I'm going to kill you all. Oh, your cores aren't here. Oh, they're taking the mid. Oh, okay, never mind.
Only 686 gold for Fishman for killing
bot lane.
Well, egg being popped, and this is actually Empire retreating from this. So they will use that use. Okay, I thought he timed it badly, but luckily it was just about out of range, and Fishman will take the ward. Thank you very much.
Easy peasy. Nice D ward.
So he didn't get the shout out in the chat because the creep got the sentry wards. So that's a feels bad. And he gets the egg on Rubik.
What?
Yep.
The fish was like, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, that's so bad to give away.
Yeah, that shouldn't happen. I think he thought the Rubik had TP'd out by then, but yeah. Pretty awkward.
Yeah. That's the kind of thing that only happens once in a game when you're playing Phoenix as well. You just commit it to memory after that. Like after you've used egg, you just like keep clicking W, ready for the fire spirits to come.
Yep, every time.
I hate to say it, we said at the start of the game, this puck feels super underwhelming.
You do.
Like I don't really know what he's supposed to have done this game, and Shadow Demon's been even more underwhelming. Yeah, like. In an ideal world, the Shadow Demon's fine because, you know, you pair it with the TB, you push
Burrow Strike up onto the high ground. They go straight away onto the Phoenix here. They do get the disruption out to save him, but the egg from the Rubik is on top of them all. It's doing so much work, and the Terrorblade's just stunned up in front of everybody. His linkage is gone. He pops a BKB, but he doesn't have Metamorphosis, as Astral's just torn apart. Zitrak's trying to run away, but he's got 1 second left. BKB gone, and Dream is on top of him with MYS Moon as well, with the Burrow Strike. Gets him locked down, and goodbye, Mr. Trevor. No disruption. Is it enough? He might be able to get the Sunder off, but he can't find a target. He's just going to die. Now Astral in the middle of it all. He's hexed up, taking some damage. Burrow Strike through as well. Going to keep the puck locked down. He is dead. Also, both the Brewmaster and the Terrorblade are dead without buyback as the puck uses his. They need to find a way to turn this around, but the Chosen One's dead as well. No buyback, and GG is called. Empire will knock Nemiga Gaming down. Such a hard word to pronounce for some reason. Down to the lower brackets in a bit of a slog of a game, but they just clean enough from Empire. They did what they needed to do. They delayed the game out. They got their cores online, and Nemiga will be dropping 2-0 to Empire. Hope.
I'll be honest. At no point this game did I really feel like Nemiga had the game, you know, by the throat. They were really in control. They were kind of always on a clock with this puck and Shadow Demon. It felt like you can't really go late game with a Terrorblade against these 2 cores of the Morphling and Arc Warden. It's it doesn't work. Like, eventually the Arc one is going to build this hex, which he does at the end, and then the game's just super hard because your BKB is down to 5 seconds. And they just didn't really make this Puck and Shadow Demon as the other two cores work well enough.
Agreed, they didn't make enough space, and at the end of the day, when you get out your calculator, 2 is better than 1, and that's all it comes down to in the end.
2 is better than 1.
Indeedy.
To be said. I feel like if you want to run something like this, you have to have stronger supports to be able to try and control the laning stage more, but with this Phoenix and Brewmaster, you can't really do that.
Alrighty, well, we will be moving on to the next series today, which is Gambit versus Windstrike, which will be coming up in approximately 15 minutes. So don't go anywhere, because that game will be coming out probably shorter than that, actually, because it's 2 fresh teams. They'll be ready and raring to go. So we'll see you shortly for that matchup, so it should be a pretty exciting game, and see who gets to go ahead and face Team Empire Hope in the semi-finals for their spot in the grand final playoffs, and then possibly a spot in the minor. Very exciting stuff here over on BTS3. We'll catch you shortly for the next series coming soon.